We've all had that horrible moment. You walk into a huge exam, you look at the first question, and your mind goes completely blank. But what if I told you that will never have to happen to you again? I promise that by the end of this video, you will learn a simple trick with a pen that is basically a cheat code for your memory. It's a crazy feeling we all know. You spend hours in class, your hand is cramping, trying to write down every single word. You fill page after page of your notebook with notes. You feel productive, like you're going to get an A+. Then you open that notebook to study, and it's just a giant wall of text, a sea of black or blue ink that's impossible to read. It sounds way too simple to be true, but the reason you're forgetting everything isn't your brain, it's the pen you're using. What if the biggest mistake you're making is something you've done your whole life without even thinking about it? Today, I'm going to show you a simple stationery hack that engages your brain's visual pathways, making remembering things effortless. And the secret is one specific color that researchers found can boost your memory for details by a shocking 31%. This isn't about making your notes pretty. This is about making them powerful. And by the end of this video, you'll have a system to stop just taking notes and start encoding them directly into your brain. 1. The Monochrome Mistake. Why your brain ignores your notes. So, what is the fatal flaw in your notes right now? You're probably thinking, but I wrote it all down. Why can't I remember it? The problem isn't what you wrote, it's how you wrote it. Our brains process an insane amount of information every single day, and to survive, they have to decide what's important enough to keep and what to throw in the trash. When you take notes using just one color, you're creating what's called visual monotony. It's like going to a library with a million books, but every single book has the exact same plain gray cover. All the knowledge in the world is in there, somewhere, but with no titles or pictures, there are literally no clues to guide you. You'd have to pull every book off the shelf one by one. That's the impossible mission you're giving your brain every time you study. Your brain is a pattern recognition machine. For thousands of years, it's been trained to notice things that stand out. It's a survival mechanism. A flash of orange in a boring green jungle could be a tiger. It demands your attention. A wall of black text is the opposite of that. It's like a giant crowd where everyone is wearing the same gray hoodie. Your brain just lets everyone walk by because nothing seems important. So while you're writing, you might be learning, but you're not giving your brain any cheat codes to find the information later. You're creating a huge, messy pile of data with no labels. When it's time for the test, your brain has to search through that entire pile. This is exhausting and causes that blanking out feeling. But once you see the science of how color hacks this system, you'll never look at a pack of pens the same way again. 2. The science of color. How hues hack your memory. If a single color is the problem, the solution is obviously more color. But this isn't about scribbling randomly. This is about using the actual science of how our brains work to give you a massive advantage. Using color in your notes isn't just for looks, it's a strategic brain hack. When you introduce color, you are fundamentally changing how your brain sees information, and it works on 3 insane levels. First, attention and focus. Bright, contrasting colors are masters at grabbing and holding your attention. There's a reason warning signs are red and yellow. Your brain is literally programmed to notice them. When you throw some red onto a page of black text, you create a point of high contrast that basically screams at your brain, "Hey, pay attention! This is important!" This makes it way easier to stay focused during long study sessions. Second, and this is where the real magic happens, memory retention through visual association. Colors create insane visual shortcuts, like tags on a computer file. When you always make definitions blue, your brain doesn't just search for a word, it searches for the blue tag. Instead of scanning your entire hard drive of memories, you've given your brain a direct link to the exact file it needs, making you remember things instantly. Third, specific colors have specific cognitive effects. Get ready for this. A study from the University of British Columbia found that the color red can boost your performance on detail-oriented tasks, like remembering facts, by up to 31% compared to blue. 31%. Why red? Our brain associates red with danger and mistakes, like stop signs or a teacher's red pen. This puts us on high alert and forces our brain to zoom in on that one piece of information. It is the ultimate color for must-remember facts and formulas. Blue, on the other hand, is associated with being calm and creative. While it's not as powerful as red for memorizing tiny details, it's a great color for big-picture ideas. But the real power comes when you combine these colors into the simple system I'm about to give you. 3. Building your color coding system. The 3-color rule. Okay, let's get practical. You love the idea of color, but before you turn your notebook into a crazy mess, you need to know the most important rule. Keep it simple. The goal is to create a clear system, not a modern art painting. You want your notes to be easier to read than a news headline. That's why we're building our system around the simple but powerful 3-color rule. Step 1. Choose your core colors. This is the foundation of the entire system. Each of your 3 colors has one permanent job. Color 1. The foundation, black or dark blue. This is your main pen for 70 to 80% of your notes. It's for all the general information that connects everything together. Color 2. The spotlight, red. This is your secret weapon. As we just learned, red is a memory-boosting monster for details. You will only use it for the most critical, can't-forget information. Use it for critical vocabulary and definitions, formulas and equations, key dates, names and statistics, warnings or common mistakes. Color 3. The connector, green or blue. This color helps you understand how ideas connect. It's less about memorizing and more about seeing the big picture. Use this color for examples and case studies, processes and step-by-step lists, main ideas or thematic concepts. Step 2. Be ruthlessly consistent. This is the most important step. A color coding system only works if you are disciplined. Red always means critical detail. Green always means example. You can't just wake up and decide green is for definitions now. This consistency is what trains your brain to make those instant memory links. To guarantee you don't mess this up, write your color key on a sticky note and put it on the inside cover of your notebook. This is your contract with your brain. If you're already getting ideas for your own color system, do me a favor and smash that like button. It only takes a second, but it tells YouTube this video is valuable and helps other students who are struggling find it. It really helps the channel out, and I appreciate it. Now, you're probably asking, when do I actually use the colors? Here's the challenge I'm giving you. Take your notes in class using only your foundation color. Then, within 24 hours, spend just 15-20 minutes reviewing and adding your spotlight, red, and connector, wart green, colors. This forces you to re-engage with the material and decide what's most important. This one act of reviewing is more powerful for your memory than hours of just rereading. And when you see it in action, you'll understand why. 4. Color coding in action. Practical examples for any subject theory is great, but I'm going to prove it to you right now. Here's how the 3-color system completely transforms your notes for 2 of the hardest subjects. Example 1. History notes on the American Revolution. First, in your black foundation ink, you write the general story. Tensions between the American colonies and Great Britain grew over taxes. The British government, in debt from a war, tried to raise money from the colonies. Boring. Now bring in your red spotlight pen for the facts that will 100% be on the test. Circle or underline the dates: 1765, 1773, 1776. The names: King George III, Thomas Jefferson. The specific acts: the Sugar Act, the Intolerable Acts. Instantly, your brain knows what to memorize. Finally, grab your green connector pen. You can draw a green box around the section on the different taxes and label it Causes of Discontent. This shows you the cause and effect you need to know for essays. Suddenly, the page isn't a boring wall of text. It's a treasure map for your brain. But wait until you see how this works for a science class. Example 2. Biology notes on photosynthesis. Use your black foundation ink for the overall description. Photosynthesis is the process plants use to convert light energy into chemical energy, turning carbon dioxide and water into glucose and oxygen. Next, deploy your red spotlight pen for the critical parts. Write the chemical equation itself in red. 6CO2 plus 6H2O C6H12O6 plus 6O2. You will literally never forget that again. Use red for key terms you have to define. Chloroplast, chlorophyll, ATP, NADPH. This is your core vocabulary. Now for the green connector pen. Photosynthesis has two main stages. Write 1. Light-dependent reactions, and 2. Calvin cycle in green. Under each green heading, list the inputs and outputs of that stage. This visually separates the process, making something that was super complex much easier to follow. Digital versus analog application. And for those of you who use an iPad with apps like GoodNotes or OneNote, this system is even easier. You can switch colors with one tap or even go back and change the color of text you already wrote. Use the highlighter tool. It's perfect for this. Take notes in black text, then go back and highlight critical facts in red and key examples in green. The principle is exactly the same, so there are no excuses. 5. Advanced tips and common mistakes to avoid. Once you've mastered the 3-color rule, you're ready to level up. But first, do not make these mistakes, because one of them can make this whole system completely backfire. First, the biggest mistake, the rainbow explosion. In your excitement, it's easy to go overboard and assign a color for everything, and suddenly your page is a chaotic mess that just overloads your brain. Stick to the 3-color rule. Simplicity is everything. The second mistake is inconsistency. 1 week, red is for formulas. The next, it's for historical dates. This is like rearranging your entire bedroom every single day. You'll never build the automatic brain hacks that make this system work. A color's job must be permanent. Now for the pro gamer move. Introduce a 4th action color. Once your 3-color system is a habit, you can add a single 4th color, like a bright yellow or orange. This is your action color. Use it only for things that require a follow-up, like a concept you didn't fully understand and need to ask about, a topic you want to Google later, a question you have about the lecture. By using a specific color for these, you create a visual to-do list right inside your notes. But remember, this is an advanced move. Do not add a 4th color until your core system is second nature. So we can conclude that, for your entire academic life, you've probably taken notes with one pen, only to get frustrated when that information disappears. Today you learned the problem isn't your memory, it's your method. A page of monochrome text is a visual desert for your brain, with 0 landmarks to guide it. By strategically introducing just 2 extra colors, a spotlight red for critical facts and a connector green for examples and processes, you turn that desert into a color-coded treasure map. You engage your brain's natural ability to see patterns, create visual shortcuts, and dramatically improve your recall when it matters most. This isn't just about making your notes prettier. It's about making them work for your brain. This trick is about studying smarter, not just harder, saving you hundreds of hours and giving you the confidence to ace your next exam. You have the tools. Now go unlock your memory. If this video helped you, go down to the comments right now and tell me what your new 3-color system will be. I'd love to see what combos you create. I'll be reading them all. And for more insane study hacks based on actual science, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next video. Keep up the great work, and I'll see you in the next one.